Hello, so for today's video I'm gonna give you one of my home workouts that I've been doing. So quick disclaimer, I do have semi-decent equipment at home. I've got a barbell, I've got plates, and I have the tube style resistance bands that you can get from Amazon that come with handles, attachments, and as you're going to see, they're actually brilliant for imitating like cables and stuff like that from the gym. What pushed me to do this video was I took some measurements yesterday because I've been feeling like, am I even maintaining what I've got? Like, I was just curious to see where I'm at, sort of thing. The last time I measured them was about a month and a half ago, and they're about 38, just over 38 inches, like 38 and a half inches maybe, and now they're 39. So I think maybe they went up to 39 before lockdown happened, and I've just managed to maintain them. I'm not sure I've put an extra ½ inch on my glutes during quarantine just because I'm not 100% sure, but that's given me the confidence to know that my home workouts are absolutely working. I'm still working out upper body as well, of course. I feel like at the moment I'm getting so in my own head and thinking that I'm losing muscle because I know that I'm training with lighter weights, but I just wanted to do the measurements to see if I was right, and I wasn't. So it's really put my mind at ease. And I would say anyone who thinks that they've lost a crazy amount of muscle during lockdown, the chances are you probably haven't. We're all incredibly harsh on ourselves, and yeah, I'm going to do a little voiceover of the workout, and I'm also going to give you a few little weight alternatives if you are training from home with very minimal equipment. I have a whole video planned which is going to be all about home training, how to make the most of it, and how to intensify your workouts with lower weights, with really minimal equipment, to make sure that you are maintaining what you've got, you're not losing all your hard work. Obviously I know it's the last thing on some people's minds at the moment, and that's completely fine, but I also know for a lot of people it's stressing them out a little bit, and it's very useful information to have. So if you want that video, then give this one a thumbs up. So let's get on with the workout. With my home workouts, I'm really trying to focus on getting solid mind to muscle connection, really focusing on the muscles that I'm using. So I'm really lazy with glute activation when I'm training in the gym. I don't personally feel that it benefits me that much, but since training from home I've just found doing a little bit of activation work at the start gets me in the zone, and it helps me to get that mind muscle connection when I do move into my main moves. So what I'm doing here is just some bodyweight glute bridges, some single leg glute bridges. I like to cross my leg over because I find that I feel this better in my glutes. I've got no idea why. Once I've done that on one leg, I do it on the other, and I do about 10 to 15 reps for each, and I just repeat that twice round. I personally don't believe that glute activation is anything groundbreaking, but it can certainly help get you in the zone and help to improve your mind muscle connection, like I said, when you do move on to the main lifts in your workout. Also, sorry about the background, I literally am working out from home. So first exercise is sumo deadlifts. Don't mind my dad in the background. I feel very lucky that I have the weights that I have, because it means that this is one of the only moves where I can actually stay in a lower rep range and still get close to or very close to failure, which is very important when you're training with lighter weights. But for me, the weight that's on this bar right now is actually a moderate to heavy-ish weight for me. More moderate, I'd say, because I did get it for about 8 to 10 reps. This was my last set, so I only got it for 8. If you're not lucky enough to have a barbell, which I know a lot of you aren't, highly recommend getting like a bag for life or a backpack, filling that with a lot of heavy objects and using that for this to get some decent tension going on. So the second exercise after that is banded barbell hip thrusts. Now this weight for me is incredibly light. I'm used to about 150 kilograms plus in the gym, so I got this for 19 reps. Even when I'm lowering the bar, I am constantly squeezing my glutes throughout. This is something I've started doing since I'm using such a light weight for me personally, but yeah, making sure that I'm squeezing my glutes throughout the entire range of motion is really helping to bring me closer to failure that little bit quicker. So moving on, oh god, that's a dodgy angle. I'm doing some pulsing reverse lunges. I pulse 4 times before coming back up. Once I've reached close to or to failure on one leg, I go on to the other. I'll chat to you a little bit more about failure when I've finished this workout, and I'll also talk about it in that video I mentioned at the start. But yeah, I'm doing 4 pulses. I was just doing 2 before, but I've recently switched to doing 4 because it's more time under tension and it brings me to failure that little bit quicker without having to do 1,050,000 reps. So moving on to the next exercise, these are a cable pull through basically. I got these tube bands from Amazon, they come with attachments, and I wrapped it around my kitchen table leg. You must wrap this around something that's fairly heavy or solid, you know, it's not gonna move, it's not gonna break. It's an oak table, so it's very, very heavy, it doesn't move. Form for these is the same as it would be with a normal cable pull through in the gym. Hinging at the hips, driving forward with your glutes and avoiding hyperextension at the top. Moving on to cable kickbacks, these are not something that I do very often in the gym. I've introduced them into my workout plans whilst training from home, just because I am limited for, you know, equipment, what kind of movements I can use, but I've been really enjoying these. I make sure that I am really squeezing my glutes and pushing the weight back with my glute, not using my hamstrings or not just flinging it up in the air with no tension at all. I'm making sure that I'm really squeezing. This second clip is on 2 times speed. I do recommend slowing everything down a little at home and, you know, just working on that mind muscle connection. Forgot to film this, but basically after I did my kickbacks, I did some abduction work. I did 25 abductions with a short resistance band just above my knees, leaning back, 25 upright, 25 forward, sat on a sofa, and I did that 3 times round, just as a little burnout at the end. I like doing burnouts. I don't think they're, you know, gonna build you crazy mad muscle, but I do like doing them, and who doesn't like feeling the burn, you know? That is the full workout. I've mentioned quite a lot in there about going close to or to failure. I'm going to go over this in that video I mentioned, so if you do want that, then do give this video a thumbs up and I will get that up for you next week at the very latest. I'm not going to go too much into this because, like I said, I want to do a whole video on home training and tips like that, but basically the general accepted theory in the fitness research world, in the fitness world now, is that low load, high rep training can bring about the same levels of muscle growth as high load, low rep training, provided that it is carried out close to or to failure. That is absolutely key. You need to be matching the effort with your home workouts as you would in the gym. And I'll go over in the video that I've mentioned tips on how to bring yourself closer to failure that little bit quicker, because I understand that if you are an advanced lifter, if you're at home with little to no equipment, you know, no one wants to be doing like 200 reps of squats, which I'm sure is what some people would have to do to bring them even close to failure, especially if you're going from like really heavy weights to just using body weight. So there'll be a lot of useful tips in that video if you want it. I hope you found this little insight into my home training useful. If you do have this equipment, then feel free to copy it. If you don't, use anything in your house that's going to give you decent tension. But for sumo deadlifts, like I said, you can use bags for life filled with heavy objects, a backpack filled with heavy objects, things like water cans. You can get 25-litre water cans filled up, that's 25 kilograms. For hip thrusts, you can use the bags like I just said. You could put like a heavy like rock or something if you've got any of those in your garden, but obviously pad your hips, put like a towel or something underneath. You can also use humans for hip thrusts, which is brilliant because it's so easy. So if you are living with people during lockdown, then feel free to ask them to help you out and ask if you can borrow them for like 5 minutes to do some hip thrusts. And let's say your mum or dad is like 60 kilograms, 70 kilograms, that is some half decent weight. Like, use it. For the reverse lunges, like I mentioned about the water can, you could use that and hold it in front of you. You can fill a backpack and wear it on your back. You could use bags for life and hold them in your hands as you would hold dumbbells. Or the cable pull throughs and the kickbacks, if you just have like a standard long band without the handles and stuff like that, they're a great alternative to use. Kickbacks can also be done from the floor with a short resistance band. Like, honestly guys, the possibilities are endless. There's so many possibilities. But I do recommend those Amazon bands, so I will leave them linked down below if I can find them. Yes, so that is the full video. If you enjoyed it, then give it a thumbs up. If you want that video that I've mentioned about 50 million times, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to and you haven't already, and let me know what other videos you want to see. Let me know what's going to be most helpful. I've been uploading about twice a week, which I'm going to try stick to, even though I've got my online exams for university coming up. And I think I kind of want to stick to, like, which I've kind of been doing for a while now, one kind of like lifestyle-y, not really directly fitness related video a week, and one fitness related video a week. I really want to get some more research heavy videos, science heavy videos up, maybe about glute training. So if you're interested in that, then let me know. So yeah, I hope you're all staying safe, and I'll see you in the next video.